The bomb used in North Korea's test Sunday sent tremors across the region that were more powerful than Pyongyang's previous tests. The international community is debating what can be done to stop North Korea's defiance.
The Security Council has dealt with many sanctions, and the sanctions seems to not be stopping the DPRK from going beyond the acceptable in terms of their nuclear weapon program. Where do we go? It's probably $1 million question.
Trump has asked China to use its influence on Pyongyang to curb its nuclear ambitions. But on Sunday, he tweeted that China has had little success and that North Korea is becoming an embarrassment for Beijing. He said that one option he is considering is stopping trade with all countries that do business with North Korea. That would certainly include China, North Korea's closest ally and its biggest trade partner. An analyst in Beijing said North Korea's test is driving a wedge between China and the United States and promoting the division in South Korean society. He said the United States has contributed to the tensions.
America, by deploying the THAAD in South Korea, Chinese people, Chinese government, they think the strategic balance was broken. And also in this process, South Korea is sided with America. It naturally also widened the distance between China and South Korea. Naturally, it also widened the distance between China and America. So for North Korea, it's a very strategic case.
The Chinese analyst says North Korea is desperate to develop nuclear weapons because it feels it is surrounded by enemies. He says the United States, Japan and South Korea need to step up the dialogue with Pyongyang and work to reduce North Korea's security concerns. Trump tweeted that appeasement does not work with North Korea and said he would discuss other options with his military officials. Most Western leaders say there is no military option for the Korean peninsula.
The distance between North Korea and Seoul is very, very small. They could basically vaporize large parts of the South Korean population, even with conventional weapons. So, that's not really very easy to threaten and to deliver.
European Union leaders are calling for tougher economic sanctions against Pyongyang and say that China and Russia, as its biggest trade partners, have the most responsibility in making sure they are enforced. Zlatica, Hoke, VOA News, Washington.